Welcome everyone to this week's weekly call. Please add your name and attendees. Nikhil with a tab space. Okay, we have the doc here. Please update your this week's stuff that you want to. Put the current status as whatever you feel denotes best from your particular work group. And let's go with CFP team, Dr. Murli, Praveen.
Yeah. Uh, Good evening, all. So this week we have received 308 proposals in total, out of which 262 talks and 46 workshops. Uh, and I have given the split up of various domains, out of which AI has got more 100 proposals, and Core Python 76, and so on. And we have extended the deadline till 9th June 2024, and the first review process is going on, and planning for second review from this next week. That's all.
Awesome. Yes. Any questions or um, thoughts for Dr. Murli or CFP team?
At what time are we closing it exactly on 9th?
At 12 o'clock, 11:59.
Okay. So immediately after that, when the site says ki CFP is closed now, we need to
Hmm.
direct them to posters and BOF. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have set up junction now for BOF and posters. Okay.
Ah,
Making some minor changes now, and we'll share the blog post with the content team. So what we
yeah.
can do is uh,
Ah,
announce that blog post. Okay, announce
hmm.
this call for proposal for posters and reviewers along with the blog post on 10th itself. Anirudh, will that be a good idea? Like announce and start on 10th.
Absolutely. Please create an issue on the task
Yeah, I
where it
have
was
already
to.
created. Yeah, I have
Awesome.
already created an issue. Yeah, and added you and other few members. Nikhil also is there,
Cool,
and
cool, cool.
Akash Neil is added. So I will make some updates in that. Issue is created now. Okay. One more uh, thing needed in the junction. The moment we create the conference, just a second. Yeah, the moment we create the conference, we'll have to select accepting proposals, proposals closed.
Yeah.
Okay. So there should be something coming soon or something.
Yeah, I
Right now,
think
the moment
that.
I created it shows accepting proposals.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but we already have
Uh,
this issue identified on the junction as an issue.
mhm.
Just that
Okay.
nobody has gotten a chance to work on it yet.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but I think we got around to this by. I think it's fine for now because 10th June
Okay.
only.
Okay.
But you can like
Huh.
um,
Mhm.
make it draft or like remove it or like change the access from their side or something, like from the admin
Okay.
side,
Okay.
just to manage it for now.
ठीक है. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions or doubts for both posters on Praveen? No? Okay, we'll move on. Thank you, Praveen.
So
Thank you.
one more thing.
Yes. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Yeah. So should we make these announcements in the evening itself on 10th so that I'll create the timeline accordingly on the issue. So
Yeah,
before
we can
4,
do it
4
on 10th.
p.m. get everything ready,
Yeah,
and at 5 p.m. we just start 5 to 6 we will do the announcements.
sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Any thought?
Uh, Anirudh, Anirudh, one more thing. How, uh, is we want to put the dust print on the junction?
Not really. I mean,
Uh,
hmm. Might be easier to sort of cater, but I don't think does sprint would make much sense over there because not a lot of proposals come in there, like maximum 5-10, which we
Okay.
usually handle outside only. So
Okay.
even last year, if you see, only 7 proposals came in there. Uh,
Hmm.
Usually, last time I think we did 23. I think it was on Junction. 2019 it was on Junction. Otherwise, we did it on Wiki
Hmm.
actually.
Or otherwise, we can put information on website so that everybody knows that the event is happening there.
Yeah, that anyway we will put.
Hmm.
But let me
That's,
just share the Wiki page if there is.
Wiki will be a good idea, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out where it is. Meanwhile, any questions or thoughts on this topic from anybody? Okay. So 21 we had this wiki, and
Hello.
23 I think last year we had this the wiki. Sorry, Kalyan, you were saying something? Kalyan left. Kalyan, were you trying to say something?
I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I was trying to understand. So, so you're saying that you don't want to put the dustbin announcement on junction.
Sorry,
So you were saying
your voice is
something that you don't
broken.
want. Okay, is it clear now?
yeah.
Okay, I'm audible.
Try to
Yeah.
say
Audible.
something, and maybe we'll see.
Okay, what I was saying is, so you're saying something that you don't want to put dustbin announcement on junction, something like that. I missed the earlier context that you were saying.
No announcement will put. We will not be accepting the sprint like a proposal injunction.
Okay, I mean, I just want to understand the reason that.
Most of the development projects anyway we reach out ourselves only. It's not like we don't get a lot of incoming from outside, and there is no selection of projects in DevSprint. So it's better to do it on Wiki where everyone can just edit it and it will be like a very quick thing. I mean, last few years we have done this that right. The
Yeah,
links
I
are
think
shared on
we,
the chat.
yeah, mm, I think last time we did, we have done through Junction. Uh, and again, not all proposals has been shortlisted because some proposals are not suitable for test print as well, right? The way it was written, you know.
How do you select that?
I mean, by looking at the proposal, right? How the proposal is all about. What are the things that they are going to cover in the sprint? I mean, they give a brief overview, right, about the sprint that they want to run.
Ideally, we
For
have
example,
not. Yes, sorry, go on.
if yeah, for example, there was a sprint on Network X last time. Okay, uh, it's a visualization library. I think they have clearly mentioned that what they're going to run in the sprint and all.
So ideally, we do not do any selection for dev sprint, and we should not because, like, I can just go in there and sit and work on something of my own as well. That is also acceptable.
Yeah, that is fine. What I'm saying is, in In terms of audience, it's fair enough. I agree because anyone can go and sit in whichever project they want to and contribute and all.
Hmm.
But in terms of projects, right, that we want to choose for sprints, that is something we usually shortlist, right? Because let's say, for example,
No,
if
no,
you're
no,
getting
no.
a,
No, no, we shouldn't shortlist. I don't know what happened last year then. We have never shortlisted dev sprint projects ever.
I mean, we accepted all the projects pretty much. That's what I saw even previous years as well. Uh, yeah. Anyways, it's okay. We can also go with wiki stuff and all.
Yeah, every project, any open source project, if it is open source, meets the criteria like licensing and all that. Open source licensing, code is open source, not like free software and code is closed or something. So if they meet those criteria, which are I think probably mentioned in the wiki, then any project is welcome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Even
And what
so,
is the main objective of dev sprints?
um, one is to
Is
encourage
it
open
to
source
give,
participation.
yeah, and give first-hand experience to newbies also, right?
Correct, correct. They get to sit
Yeah.
with maintainers
Just
directly and
correct.
Okay,
Just to make their hands dirty. That's it.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
and they will get over that first thing, right? Like a lot of time in open source
Yeah.
project,
First PR,
yeah,
first submission, first pull
you
request. Yeah.
so you don't know who to run after to understand this particular issue or how to get your PR merged upstream and all that. Those things they will get over.
I think announcements, a good blog, and wiki
Yeah,
would
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's not necessary that you use wiki only. If you want to use junction and that feels more comfortable to you, feel free to go ahead, but just that we make it explicit that we are not doing any selection. Whatever you are putting in here, if it meets these criteria, it is already accepted.
Okay.
So up to you if you want to do it on wiki or junction, that is entirely, but yeah, announcements we will do definitely. And we need to also post it in other places. Even after that, it is very difficult to get open source projects, so we will have to reach out ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or thoughts on this topic on the CFP team?
Yeah, regarding posters and viewers, okay, what should be the deadline? As of now, I have just added 1 month till July 31st.
I think we had some deadline in the timeline thing. Posters.
And for posters, we are giving them a board, and are we also giving them a table if they need to keep their laptop for the presentation?
You tell me if you think that is needed, we will arrange for it.
Maybe we'll write, okay, if they need, then they should add a request there, okay, in the proposal,
Okay.
so that
Like,
only those many can be added. Huh.
I think you can take a call on that, and whatever is needed, you
Sure, sure.
can put into like a
Okay,
list request for the logistics team.
okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Because right now we are also getting quotes for chairs, tables, and all these things, right?
Okay, okay. ठीक है.
Bed, bedding, and all that. So together we will get a quote for this also if needed.
Sure, sure.
Okay. I don't see any timeline deadline mentioned for the BOF and posters on our this thing. So I
BOF,
think you can take a
yeah,
call on.
yeah. BOF generally people present on the conference day also. Okay, they write their idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Posters, I think we'll have to finalize so that we can make necessary arrangements.
Cool, cool. We'll leave it up to you then. Maybe come up with a date
ठीक
and
है.
whatever you decide.
Done, done. Okay.
Anybody has
Yeah. I
thoughts on
just
this?
have
Yeah, Kalyan.
yeah, not on WAF and posters, but I just want to understand the timelines for completion of CFP proposals review, the complete review process. Because based on that, parallelly, we should also do the mentoring as well, right?
Yeah, we should start like
So
the general review right now
yeah,
only.
as per my discussion with Dr. Mulli sir during last mentorship call last week
Huh.
on last Sunday, so we got to know that they are with the initial review. I think they have just completed somewhere around some 80 proposals. This is what I remember. As per Mulli sir, I think we still have to do some 250 proposals of review in the first phase, and parallelly the second review also should be done. So as per my knowledge and experience, what I suggested is to complete the entire review process by mostly July 2nd or third week for sure, so that we have ample time to do for mentoring and also the backup speakers and also any sort of a last moment adjustments. And it will also give ample time to build schedule and everything,
So according to the timeline
right?
right now, we have CFP review should be underway and should close by June 22nd.
Not June, June. I was saying July, July.
No, no, let's close it by June 22nd. This
June
is for
22nd is very tough, I believe, because the problem is, I'll tell you on this. I'm just saying, because considering the reviews, right, I think there are 4 to 5 people who are doing initial reviews. In between, you should also find some domain expert reviews for second phase, right? Then doing the second phase review, and also we should run some sort of a sprint to finalize the entire proposals and everything. But considering it's the first week already, it's already first week is already over. I don't think we can make it within next two
this
weeks.
was discussed last week's call also. Did you get a chance to catch up with Bhavin and Akshay?
Yeah, we spoke. That's what I'm saying. So we were there in the mentorship call last time. So based on that only, we were saying that the as soon as CFP reviews are done, parallelly we can also do start the mentoring, because we should understand who are the first time speakers and when for which people we need mentoring and all, right. So it's all depends upon
Mentoring
this.
is a very late thing. So before that, there is mostly reviews. I think. Okay, we will
Yeah.
take this up in a separate call. This is
uh,
not because this was discussed and the timeline is based on that. We will discuss this in a separate call offline.
okay.
Okay. Apart from this, any questions for CFP team? All right. We'll move on to content. Nikhil, any updates that you want to add here?
Uh, yes. So just give me one minute. All right. So I have one CFP post from Praveen that I'll try to make a PR tonight, and we can post this tomorrow. So the people who still have like three something days for the CFP left, we can add a post that, like, if you've not still submitted your CFP and you need a little push, then read this blog post about how to write a good CFP.
For the
So
blog,
I'll
you
put
mean?
this. Yes, yes. So this I'll share the chat for this one. I know it's a bit late. It was supposed to go way earlier, but I'll make a PR for this today, and we can publish this tomorrow. Then this, we're updating. We're working on updating Navigator, like writing content for Navigator, and Praveen can share the second blog post about WOs and postal presentations. You can put that. Other than that, if any work group needs some kind of content, let me know. Also, if Pratik is here, and if you have any new volunteers that are interested in content, also let me know.
Okay. I actually forgot to ask before. Is there any new volunteers in today's call? I don't think so. Everybody's known pretty much. Okay, great. Thanks, Nikhil. I think there is not enough people right now working in the in the content stuff. Do you need more volunteers, or is it like good to have?
Uh, I mean, it'll definitely help because we have a lot of pages for Navigator, a lot of workgroups right now. So
Right.
I do need support.
Just connect with Pratik and see if there is new people, and we can redirect some of them towards content.
Okay, sure. I'll talk.
Okay, great. Any questions or asks from content work group or Nikhil? All right, let's move on. Design. Arvind, is he here? I guess not. Let's see Arvind. Okay, we'll move on. Mentorship. Bhavin Akshay is not here, but Bhavin mentioned that he's adding his updates. So yeah, if you have any questions for Bhavin or doubts or things that you want to talk to, just ping Bhavin on Zulip. COC, I think, has not started yet. Diversity, any update, Koti?
No, Anirudh, like tomorrow we have a call. So I just wanted to request Pratik that if there are any new volunteers which are shown interest on diversity work group, like we need volunteers there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that and I'll assign some to you as well.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Pratik. So yeah, like you mentioned in the call, like last couple of weeks we didn't had a call. Tomorrow we're having diversity call,
And I think
7:30 p.m.
and I
AST.
think few asked for the diversity work group is also like we need to have one specific panel or BOF or something on those things planned, right?
Yes, yes, and like, but right now, there is no shape for that. Like, yeah, we need to have a discussion, and Kalyan and Dr. Murli, someone suggested like you need to have some CFTs also. Like, we were kind of trying to reach in the workplaces and those things. So that idea also came up. So I don't know, like volunteers are spreading that word. But yeah, in this forum also, I just wanted to mention that, right? Like, if you feel one of our colleague or somebody, right, who can speak or like you can motivate some of the folks to speak at, PyCon India to address the diversity and all. So that's the request for everyone.
Great. Any thoughts or questions for Koti or diversity work group from anybody? Okay, no. Thank you, Koti. Let's move on. Platform is Ananya here. No, I guess. Akash Neil here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Akash.
yeah, yeah, I'm there.
Anything you want to add, Akash Neil?
So today we did the 5 days to go post,
Uh-huh.
and Friday we'll do 3 days, and Sunday we'll do the deadline. There'll be no deadline extension, and today is the last day. And apart from that, we are still stuck with the CFP promotion post. The content is ready. We have to have a word with Arvind regarding this, and we need posters for that.
Okay.
So we are working on it.
Okay. So these are things
That's
that
why
you
the yellow.
can, yeah, these are things that you can add in blockers, like you're waiting on something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions for akashni.com's work group? Okay. Thanks, Akashni.
Yeah.
Logistics, Vivasa is not here. We also don't have much updates on that. The next task in logistics is,
Sorry, Anirudh, one thing on the logistics.
yeah,
So, like we used to have call on Tuesday, right? Like earlier.
for logistics, we
Uh,
didn't have a
yeah.
recurring call actually. We only had one.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So, last time I shared one quote, right, from some vendor.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he's been asking me to like following up on the same. I think I shared with you. So maybe let's just set up a call sometime this week
Yeah, that was
on whatever
a
the quotes.
food vendor, no?
Yes, yes, food vendor.
Huh.
Correct.
So we got one more quote from a previous vendor, like who used to do our food for 2014-15 time in Bangalore, PyCon India.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So we got that quote also. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for this guy to send the floor plan and then their vendors also. So then, if once we have
Okay.
these three types of vendors, we can do a call and actually do the comparison. No? So
Sure, sure. Yeah.
just
So
wait
he's
for
been following with the
yeah,
blog.
just wait for
So that's
Vivasa
why he
to
wanted to.
yeah. I understand this might be a headache. I just let's wait for Vivasa some more days, and if not doesn't work, then we will do the
Sure.
call with these two codes only.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. I'll convey. Thank you.
And we are also still looking for like goodie ideas. So if you have, feel free to just share on Zulip channel whatever
Yeah. So
ideas you have.
regarding the bodies also, no, Anirudh, like this guy is chasing us in LinkedIn, and also the other day Bibas mentioned, right? So I forgot the vendor name. So just give me a second. So
All things
some
customized.
I don't
Oh no,
remember the
Flip you are
name.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, Flip Store.
Uh-huh. Flip doesn't have
Yeah,
many
so
things actually. That's the one problem. But we can talk anyway. So let's get
yeah, so what, yeah, once Bebas is back, or once everyone is available, let's just set up one call with them and like try to understand, so that like because this a particular vendor is trying to reach many of the folks in PyCon India and in various channels.
uh-huh.
So me, Bebas, and somebody else also said like they reached out to
It's
them.
okay. Yeah, I mean they are
Yeah,
also a startup, they are hustling, so it's all good.
yeah. But yeah, just if we just understand what are the things available and what can we ask for customization, and if we get
Uh-huh.
an idea, maybe we can shortlist or like keep it an option for the while we're making decisions. So it's just about.
Yeah, so the way it is, like we have a little bit more time on this actually, right? Like we need 2 months, and we have so by end of this month we should be finalizing this. So we shouldn't be in that much of hurry. It's fine that they are
Yeah,
following up. We can just tell them to just wait for a little longer, and
sure,
by
sure.
that time, if we have good ideas on what type of, let's say, goodies to do, then we can ask very specific questions to them.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. Okay, we can then move on to sponsorship. Abhishek, I don't think he's here. Anybody from sponsorship team here? No. Okay, we'll move on to technology. Bharat, are you here? Someone from tech? I guess not. Tickets, Ananya and Ryan. We are in a little bit okay position in tickets, but the sales have slowed down, so we need to see what to do. Probably ramp up the comms and little bit around it. Volunteers, Pratik. Any problem you're
Uh,
facing?
am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so the I we got few messages from the volunteers. Yeah, Kashnil.
Uh, Pratik, I need one volunteer for comms.
Okay, cool. I'll go through the list and I'll assign some for you. So yeah, exactly this. We got few messages from the volunteers that they didn't get any approval mail or any confirmation mail. So whatever I could, I replied that there's no such a process of approval or confirmation. They can join the work group and start contributing. But for others, I'll just assign them few volunteers from the same set.
Yeah, especially to people who are asking, let's say, content work group, comms work group, just send them some anyway.
Yes, I'll do
And
so.
And
Okay.
for rest, we
Me and
can say
Ashish,
that these are options you can do.
yeah, me and Ashish will go through it, go through the list, and we'll assign some.
Anybody has any ask questions for Pratik? No. Okay, let's move on to Farhan for R&D. I think Farhan is here, so we'll move on. Okay, that is the end of it. Any open discussion topic from anybody? All right, we have some time. So, Kalyan, if you want, we can discuss the review timeline now.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so let me add it over here also. So, one thing is the what we discussed was we should already be looking out for external reviewers, and probably
Correct.
I'm not sure
So,
who is supposed to lead that. I thought it was you.
no, we both were doing that, me and Bhavin. But before that, what we thought is on the last call. So let's figure out some people from Intel because we also have some people who are expertise in different areas, right?
Uh-huh.
So because they were also doing helping in the second place review in the previous years as well, right? So
Right.
we firstly want to check how many people from internal are willing to support and do on the second phase review. So based on that, we have some concrete number. We also get to know that which people which domain that people are able to support and all, right? So based on that, we'll try to reach out to other folks external as well, so that in which areas we should focus or in which areas we should look more people and all. So that was the plan. So this is what we discussed in the last call.
Sure. So let's start reaching out now. What is the? Are we stuck on
Yeah,
something
I
else?
told I think no nothing. I think Bhavin told me that he'll be initiating the conversation. So let me cross check with him. Otherwise, I'll try to do it.
Okay. So let's say we start this week and we start talking with the internal people. Let's give them a timeline till, let's say, this weekend to close, right? At least the internal people, whoever response or no response,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah, yeah.
start reaching out to other people outside.
Correct.
Give them, let's say, a week or something, and then we can, let's say,
Yes,
close
yes,
that. And
yes.
then let's say
Yeah.
we give them how much time to review.
Again, it depends on how many proposals they are trying to do, right? So,
I
for
mean,
example,
let's
on
go
an
with
average,
300.
no, no, I mean to say that we have to split the proposal and assign to each of the folks, right? We cannot give
Of
everyone
course.
to all the proposals.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So based on the numbers we have, we try to, I think Murli sir and Praveen will try to split the proposal and assign to each of them. For example, let's say on an average 10 proposals to each person. And I think 1 week or maybe 8 days is a fair timeline to review 10 proposals. Uh, I think it should not be a challenge. On an average, if they are trying to do 2 to 3 per day, also, I think by week they should be able to complete all the
that
10.
that was the idea, right? So that's why it was given
Yeah.
a week, and so considering that it was like June 22nd came out in that calculation from
Yeah,
that.
but okay. See, let's say if you have 10 people, okay,
Mm-hmm.
considering both internal and external, okay,
Uh-huh.
out of 10 people, let's say 10 into 10, okay, so it's like so close to 100 proposals we will be covering within week.
Sure.
So if you also push that to other week, let's say let's say next week we are able to finish by 100 proposals.
Okay.
This is just an assumption, and followed by other week again 100. So we're still short with 100 more, right? So I don't think we'll be able to finish everything by June 22nd. That's what I mean, because we should be also pretty much realistic, right? On these things.
Sure, but like we should put a, but okay, fine, let's say then
So, Andrew, let's try to keep it June ending, okay? Because 3 weeks is a fair timeline. Okay, let's try to see if we can do it by June ending. Okay, but we'll
sure.
try to wrap everything by June ending, including our sprint also, the traditional sprint that we do, right, at the end of the performance and all. Right. or
So
maybe excluding sprint also by June and we should able to do it. And the final call, maybe sprint, we can do it in the July first week sometime. We all sit together and try to finalize things, and we can start sending the confirmation emails.
correct. Okay, fine. Then June 30th, we are putting up the review end, and then
Yes.
we can make like schedule and all. This is the sprint part that you're talking about, so we can do that after that, maybe July first week.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah. Full sprint on July first week. Yes, yeah, exactly. We can
And
do it then.
mentorship I have kept from August 22nd to September 5th.
I don't think we can also, for example, let's say if we are finalizing everything by July first week, right? Okay, we'll be sending out the emails on July second week. Okay, so we by the time we already have some idea about who are the first time speakers and who all need the mentorship and all. We try to include everything because in our CFP proposals also we also have an option that people might opt for mentorship and everything. So there is also an option there. So we already
So
have the information.
okay, so
Uh,
the one I think when we were discussing this, something
uh,
that Bhavin also mentioned was that what happens is if you do the mentorship too long before the conference time, they sort of forget about all the suggestions that you would have given.
But we also try to review, right, everything before the con. We when we do the mentorship parallelly, we also expect the changes and we also try to review, right?
Okay, so let's say by July, let's say at around this time, mid
We'll
July.
start July third week, yeah, mid July. Assume that July third week we might start doing the mentorship.
So let's assume that for a speaker, you have done in July 15th, you have done it, and you have reviewed everything that okay, all is good, and this is the suggestions that you gave for mentorship, right? Like present
Oh,
like this, talk
oh,
like this.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
After two
yeah.
months, that person would have forgotten about all your suggestions.
No, no. What I'm saying is, we have given the suggestions, and we also equally expect the person to make the changes, right? Maybe they might be taking 2 more weeks, and after 2 weeks, we'll try to follow up and see what are the changes they have. That's what.
Okay, so
It's not like one way. We also equally expect the speaker to also make the changes, and we also try to review those things. Right?
sure. So
Otherwise,
I'm saying, let's say they made the changes also in their slides and
okay.
everything. But it's a
Uh,
mental thing, right? Like you're prepared for something if 2 months ago, then by that time, if so, even if it is exam and you prepared for something 2 months ago, by that time exam comes, you would have forgotten.
okay, so you want to do it in the last moment.
As close as possible. If you want, you can start it. So this I think we can keep as a
The
separate
problem
discussion
is, it
with
would be like in, yeah, yeah. Okay, we can talk this in a mentorship call, maybe slightly in
yeah,
detail.
yeah, because the people also are not in here. But for from the review perspective, I think it is good for now. I think you
Yeah,
so let Dr. Yeah, Dr. Mundi, your hand is up.
yeah. I think he wants to speak something. Yeah, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, as Kalyan said, that we can finish it on June 30th, and first week we will have a final sprint, and we will select the final list of talks.
Yeah. And also, Mulli sir, I think right now you have only 4 reviewers, right? I mean, see if we can also find more volunteers for doing the initial reviews. Maybe we
Yeah.
can also check with the volunteering team, volunteers, even if they are all people, if they are interested to work on CFP reviews, maybe you can seek more of volunteers and we can slightly speed up the process.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That we can do it.
yeah.
All right. Um,
Okay.
so who is currently finding SMEs?
I think me and Bhavin should are able to drive that. So that's what I told, right? So firstly, we should check the internal, then followed by we'll seek the previous data and we'll try to reach out to those folks.
Can I
The way we
suggest a
done last year.
change?
Okay, yeah, good.
So let I think Praveen and Dr. Murli reach out to SMEs and gather SMEs. Meanwhile, if you can drive the initial review, that would be great.
You
I
mean to
guess
say,
Bhavin has already started listing the
yeah.
SMEs and approaching
Uh,
them. Yeah.
yeah, I think we
So
already have some list in place. Yeah.
that is okay. I mean, you can take it over and something like that. But I
Yeah, but
mean,
I'll be also helping on the review side, Amrita. I already told
so
Melissa
if,
that I'll be
yeah, so if you
handing
can
over.
drive the internal reviews more closely, that would be great. That's what I'm.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I'll work with Melissa.
Okay.
definitely.
I'll work here and I'll also work there. Don't worry. Okay.
Cool, cool, cool. I think Dr. Murli already has the sheet and everything set up, so that will be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Murli
yes,
sir,
yes.
just give me the review access. That's it.
Yeah, I will share with Kalan.
Also,
Yeah.
do check, like, cross check with all the volunteers who would have access and if they have submitted talks or something.
Yeah, yeah. That I will check it.
Yeah, yeah. I think for people who already submitted talks, I think they are not supposed to do their
Yeah.
reviews. I think that is something we should cross check.
Yeah,
Otherwise, everything is fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah. Kindly don't assign my talks to me.
You have
Yeah.
submitted
Just
talks.
kidding. I think it's already in the draft. I think I just need to push it. What do you think? Should I submit or not?
If you are in the review team, you cannot submit.
You cannot submit.
Okay. Okay. So should okay. But
Or
I
if you
have
want to
very list.
submit,
What
then you
else?
cannot be in the review team. Then you take up something else.
Oh, this is a tricky. Okay,
No,
let
we
me
will,
think on
Kalyan,
it.
no,
Yeah,
Kalyan, we will hear you on that open terrace Swara meeting. Okay, so yeah,
it's
be
okay.
there in
Yeah,
the.
sure. Boss, you mean boss?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Anyway,
Okay,
think about
yeah,
it, but it will not
yeah,
be
yeah.
ideal.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I'll just think and I'll do it. So that's so far I haven't done it. So it's still in the draft. Yeah. So let me think and I'll put my decision accordingly.
All right. Okay. Anything else that we want to discuss in the open discussion? No. In
Hmm.
that case, thank you all for joining and have a good rest of the midweek, half of the week ahead. Yeah, we'll see you on the next call.